I met a gypsy.
So when we did the podcast 2 years ago, we both spoke about the fact that, like even to me, I'm like, it makes so much sense to give a guy a stock motorcycle and be like, there you go, you got a month on this thing. You get the stock bike with your suspension that will do for you. Obviously,
Yep.
like a Ken Roczen, he ain't gonna ride stock suspension. Like it's not gonna be good for him when you've got other good. So like, okay, fair enough with that. Give him factory tires.
I'm gonna pause you real quick. Guess what? He was at State Fair, which AKA Star West,
This
a
was
month
what I
ago
was.
on.
This was I was about to
Yeah.
say.
Sorry.
I almost messaged you the other day when I saw that. But we spoke about it, and then
Yep.
fucking not because they heard us, obviously, but lo and
Yeah. Well,
behold, Ken Roxon's out
yep.
there dragging his fucking bars while standing
Yep.
up in a rut,
On a stock motorcycle.
sick as dude. And like that, it makes
Yep.
so much sense because it's like you're right. Like you can't go backwards from a stock motorcycle. Like that is you get it. Okay, this is level 0. Now let's go to level 0.5. Let's go to level
Yep.
1, level 2, level 3. Like why the are we just unlocking all the cheat codes on this thing and then you don't know whether you're any good or not?
Yep. 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 So like interestingly enough, like I talked to Kenny that day and I'm like, man, he's like, yeah, man, I'm on stock suspension with some valving and some springs and the bike's good, man. It's good. And they obviously remapped it, got rid of that horrendous bog it had in stock form. But he really was able to fine tune the bike for him, which I think is really important to him building his confidence. Kenny likes a feeling. We know that, right? Kenny
Mm,
won on RCH. He was on a stock Suzuki,
that's
right? Like
crazy.
he rode a stock. He rode stock. He went back. He was having a problem with his bike. They had Sergio, who's a gnarly engineer, building custom things. Like once again, justifying his job. And he went, "Just give me a stock fucking bike." And they're like, "Whatever." So they wouldn't give him one. So he just went and bought one. Was at home in Florida. Started going fast, and then basically it turned into two teams. It was Oscar, his mechanic, building his own bike with him. They had that, Tickle and Sergio and all those guys building a factory bike per se. But Kenny won the title pretty much on a stock RMZ.
And so, what do you think it is that makes these guys go back to the stock bike? Is it just forgiveness? Like, just pure forgiveness? Like, you obviously need the suspension to hold up in the size of the bumps they hit, the size of the jumps they hit, and then the speed they hit them at. Like, I get that. But is everything else, apart from, really getting the suspension suited to the speed that they go at, is everything else just fucking overkill?
I think so. I mean, it's like you said, like you go to a local track, the bumps don't develop like they do at Glen. Well, Glen Helen is a local track, but like for us, but typically the bumps are a lot smaller and whatnot. So you have if you go to a 52 millimeter fork on a KTM, it's not going to be as comfortable on small bumps. But when you go to like a bigger bump, it's not going to flex as much. Um, so I think these guys, like, they're forced to believe they need something that's shiny, right? Kashima coated this and bigger this, and I'm a fast guy, so I need this. But I think the stronger teams are looking at not overdeveloping the bike, right? Not getting things involved that don't doing things to it that don't need to be done.
Mm.